Yay! Yay. Sorry about the debacle, everybody. We're trying to get Stephen Darby online.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Everyone was messaging saying, I can see your forehead, I can see your forehead. I'm like,
I could just see you sitting there.
I'm like, come on, Darbs. I think you're worse in social media than me, and that's saying something.
Oh, I'm terrible. Steph's fuming with me because I haven't stopped asking her questions. we got there.
Oh, no, brilliant. Good to see you anyway, pal. How you doing?
And you? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Not too bad. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm looking forward to Sunday, to say the least. So,
It's come around quick, hasn't it?
honestly, I thought I've got loads of time, and then all of a sudden, it's here. But anyway, we might as well get to it because I know Mr. Stephen Warnock's going to be watching. And he's going to be like, "Come on, guys, I want my time." Because you know how much of a diva he is.
He's going to be on the clock.
He is, yeah, he is. So I thought I'd just quickly say how I actually know you, and then if it's all right with you, I can ask you some questions. Is that all right?
Sure, yeah.
So I've played with football with your lovely wife for probably known her since I was 16, went to university with her.
Yeah.
And obviously now you're married. So I got to know you from speaking to you after games. And I think the funniest conversations I had with you was about how your family, how Steph's family and my family were always going to get to places logistically for tournaments.
Yeah.
And not get lost. So
oh no.
So that was just a bit of a background how I know you. And when people say someone's actually the nicest person you'll ever meet, I can hand on my heart and say that is definitely correct for you. You're the nicest guy I think I've ever met. So
Kaz, you're being too nice. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Steph will agree, but
I hope you're listening. No, I'm joking. So anyway, going on to you. So people might not know, but you've been a pro since you were 17, right?
Yes, since I was 17, yeah.
So you played for Liverpool, Notts, Carney, Rochdale, Bradford, Bolton. I think I've missed one out of it.
Swindon, yeah. Went on loan to Swindon first, yeah. But now you got all the others right.
Oh, good. Sorry for Swindon fans if I got that all wrong. So then what happened? So obviously you had your playing career and you got to a point. What happened then? What was there was obviously a defining moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, so when I was at Bradford, it was the last, I'd say, 4 or 5 months of my contract. I knew I had a problem with me arm. And I remember driving home one day and I had a pain in my arm. It went really weak. So I told Steph when I got home. And we kind of laughed about it at first, but then since then, things gradually got worse. I've signed for Bolton, but I knew things weren't quite right. So I actually went to see, while I was at Bradford, I went to see a neurologist, and he referred me to Sheffield Hospital. So for about, I'd say, 18 months, I was actually being treated for something different than MND. So I went through a lot of tests, which you do at M&D. We had a lot of EMG tests, a lot of nerve conduction study tests, and it's a long process because they don't have a definitive test for M&D. So you have to test for everything else, and then when everything else is ruled out, then you get the diagnosis. So for me, it took about 18 months, and for the year I was being treated for something different. But then in September 2018, when I was at Bolton, I was diagnosed with MND.
And obviously sorry to ask you this, but what was that like hearing that news?
Yeah, it was tough. I think because I've been in the back of my mind for, say, 18 months, to say it was a surprise, probably wouldn't be the right word, but nothing ever really prepares you for that, and you never really think you're going to get news like that. Obviously, the day I got it, it was devastating, obviously for myself. But I think the hardest part was telling Steph found it out, and my mum and dad, and and my brother and the family as well. Obviously, it is devastating news, but then to know that your family are hurting just as much as you are, that's quite tough.
And was there, other than your family, was there any other people that were able to support you, or was that quite an isolating time? Was there other people reached out to you, or charities or anything like that?
Yeah, so at first when you get that news, you want that support from the doctors, really. So when you get that news, you're asking them questions in terms of how do you get MND, why do you get it, what causes it, is there any treatment? And to be honest, the doctors don't have any answers. So in terms of treatment, there's no effective treatment at the moment for MND, and there's no cure. And there's no answers as to why you get it or what causes it, and that's quite tough, because obviously when something's wrong or you're sick or you're ill, you want those answers from the doctors. But in terms of support, I got a lot of support from obviously my wife and the family, and then also, the footballing world. I was very fortunate that when I was at Bolton, my manager Phil Parkinson, who had worked with for 5 years, or 4 years at Bradford. He was amazing. He was brilliant. I told him obviously the news, and he couldn't do enough for me. So he was fantastic, along with Steve Parkin, and also the football clubs. So Bolton, Bradford, Liverpool, Swindon, all the football clubs have been absolutely amazing in the support that they've shown myself and also the foundation. It's been incredible.
That is amazing. And obviously, I looked at your, I know your website, the Darby Rimmer Foundation, .co.uk. You, from hearing that devastating news, you said you wanted to start something positive, so you started the charity. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we did. So obviously straight away from getting the news, we said we wanted a positive outlook. As I mentioned before, the doctors don't really have any answers, and when you get the diagnosis of MND, the prognosis is and life expectancy is 2 to 5 years from onset of symptoms. So it's a devastating prognosis, and I just thought turn something obviously so negative into a positive, and straight away we said we'll attack things head on and we'll set the foundation up. And you mentioned about support before. Straight away when I was diagnosed, one of my brother's friends, who knows Chris Rimmer was diagnosed in 2014, I think it was. He might correct me later after I finish this, but and Chris was in the military, and straight away when I was diagnosed, Chris got in touch with me and offered his support straight away, and since that day we've been the best of friends, really. We don't go a day without talking, and that was because Chris knew the journey that I'd be faced with. He knew what was to come, and for him, the support that he's shown, he had the same mindset and the same outlook as I did in terms of wanting to approach things in a positive way. And we both sat down and said, why don't we set up the foundation together? And obviously that's what we've done.
It's amazing. And so what are the benefits of the charity? Because I was looking at some stats, so please correct me if I'm wrong. You mentioned life expectancy, but 1 in 300 are affected with motor neuron disease. Is that right?
Yeah, so there's 1 in 300 risks that you can obviously be diagnosed with MND. There's a safe prognosis and life expectancy is 2 to 5 years, which obviously is devastating. But I'm quite fortunate where I've been diagnosed for 2 years now, and I'm still doing most things. I'm still quite independent, whereas some people don't have that time. Some people within 6 months of being diagnosed, they can't walk, they can't talk, they can't feed themselves, and they've even passed away. So that's the devastating nature of this disease. And as I said before, there's no treatment or no cure. And that's one of the aims of the foundation, and one of the reasons why we set it up is to raise awareness, because there needs to be more awareness out there for MND. I think when I was diagnosed, a lot of people didn't really know what it was, and also myself, really. I didn't really know too much about it until it was mentioned. The second aim of the foundation is to support individuals and families in the same situation who were diagnosed with MND. And we're fortunate enough with all the amazing support that we've had since we launched in October to donate £150,000 towards the MNDA to process grants on our behalf. So if individuals need wheelchairs or house adaptations, equipment, obviously the grants will be used for that. And the third aim of the foundation is to raise money and donate towards research. And at the moment, we're talking with the researchers and consultants, and hopefully in the coming months, I say, with all the amazing support we've had, we'll be able to announce that we've donated money towards research to hopefully help find a cure.
Amazing. You're a credit for creating something so positive out of the situation. I see you're amazing. You spoke about the money that you've raised so far. Some of the, I think the one that I really enjoyed keeping track of was the 100k in May. Can you tell everyone a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was amazing. Obviously, when the country was in lockdown, things were quite tough, and people were having to stay in, and they could only go out for an hour a day. And it was one of Steph's friends, Lisa, decided she wanted to do 100k in May. And at first, I think it was going to be Lisa and some of her family and some of her friends. But then when we sent the message out, and it just really took off, and it was amazing. So the support that we had was really overwhelming. It was incredible. And I think overall in May, we raised over £200,000, and so it was a fantastic event for everyone.
That's amazing. That is it. It was brilliant watching everyone do it, and they definitely got the bug and the determination. And some people had never even, I know Steph will know, a didn't even, hadn't done any fitness at all, but then she did that, and there were so many people that did it. So even more so, you should be proud that you're bringing people together in that situation in a different community way. So it's brilliant, Barbs.
Oh, we do the easy way, Kaz. We do the easy way, and so no, it's everyone else doing the hard work and putting the miles in and putting the effort in. Even like yourself and Stevie doing the marathon. We got the easy job. So now the support's been amazing, and like you said, it was great seeing everyone's updates throughout the month, and where people were at and what people were doing. It was brilliant.
And how are you feeling at the moment?
Yeah, I'm good. As I say, it was actually 2 years in since I've been diagnosed a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, I've got symptoms. My hands and arms are weak. But apart from that, I'm still doing well. Still quite independent. Doing most things. So I say I'm probably one of the lucky ones. Obviously, it would have been great to have Rimmer on the call, but Rimmer's been in hospital for the last 6-7 weeks, and he's actually had a tracheostomy fitted. So we decided to get well soon, obviously for Rimmer. Things are looking a little bit more positive for him, and hopefully he's out of hospital in the next week to 2 weeks. Well, that's just, I'm quite lucky where it's been over 2 years since I've been diagnosed, and I'm still fairly independent. But I say some people don't get that time, and that's the devastating nature of this disease, and it's exactly why we're doing what we're doing now.
Yeah, absolutely. And to Rimmer, we send our best wishes, and Sunday we'll definitely be thinking of him as we are every other day. But the reason why, I'm sure Warnock's messaging me telling me to hurry up now. He wants his time. But the reason why I got you again to speak about your story is on Sunday, myself and Stephen Warnock are going to be doing the London Virtual Marathon. and the reason why I was running it for you, Dad, was actually I did a half marathon I think a year ago as a running thing, and I finished. I told you I finished it, and my mum went, you know what I've got to do now, and like I said to you, I said, oh, I told my mum I thought I'd be heading straight to the pub, and she says, no, you've got to do the marathon. And I thought, all right, I'll.
That's the last thing you want to do here, wasn't it?
Honestly, Darbs, you retire, you've done a half marathon, all you want to do is go and watch the football at the pub, right? So she said, got to do the marathon, and I thought, all right, and I kind of batted it off, and then she kind of went, you know, you've got to do it for. And I had no idea. I think I told you before, my mum's health hasn't been great in her life, so I didn't know what she was going to say. Without any hesitation, she went, you've got to do it for Steph, and you've got to do it for Stephen. And I was literally as taken back, and I went, yeah, definitely. And that's why, you know, on Sunday, Stephen Warnock will tell his little version of it as well. But we're going to be doing the London Virtual Marathon on Sunday, and I promise I will complete it by hook or by crook for you, pal.
Oh, you'll be brilliant. It's no problem for you.
No, but and it is at times that like training does get hard, but for me it's easy because like from hearing your story, and I hope everyone else hears your story, what an inspiration you are, what a legend you are. And for me it's a great honour to run for you on Sunday, and we're going to fight for it, and we're going to find a cure if we can. And you're an amazing guy, and you've got a beautiful wife as well, and hopefully on Sunday it'll be all good. But and
it will. Thanks, guys. And thanks to you for everything that you're doing and all your support, and I know you'll be brilliant on Sunday, so good luck, and make sure you rest those legs.
I will do. And yeah, make sure everyone, I know times are really difficult at the moment, even 50p would be great, or even just a retweet of a post would be brilliant. And again, give our love to Rimmer, and hopefully you work out how to get on the call with Warnock now, because I'm going to love trying to find this now. But give big hugs to Steph, and you look after yourself, sir.
Will do, and you, Kaz. Good luck.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.